Hi, it's Lindsay Carlson here. Anytime we can get more Alfred Hitchcock on 4K is all right with me. And today we're looking at one of his absolute finest films, which has finally gotten a 4K release courtesy of Warner. The movie I'm talking about today is North by Northwest, released here as a limited edition Steelbook. I'm going to unbox this release and share my opinions. Great cover art there from the poster. I'm glad to see that they actually used like original poster art for this and not some generic lame image. There's the top of the backing card of the Steelbook. There's our spine text. Back of the backing card. And in the back, you got the crop duster and Mount Rushmore, which of course play integral parts in this film. We do get a digital code of the movie. We get the 4K Ultra High Def release of the movie. And just a heads up, this does not include a Blu-ray disc, which sadly has sort of been the norm for Warner lately. I hope it doesn't become the norm going forward. There's our back shot there with, of course, the aforementioned crop duster scene, or rather, that scene's aftermath. So just a disclaimer, I cannot do screen caps for 4K discs. Any images you see in this review were taken from various Google searches and some photographs of my TV set. They are not screen caps, and they do not represent the quality of this 4K disc. They're just meant to illustrate the film. Cary Grant is a man on the run in his fourth and final film with iconic director Alfred Hitchcock. As a Manhattan ad man plunged into a realm of spy and counter-spy, he is abducted, framed for murder, chased, and in a signature set piece, crop dusted. Particularly memorable is when he hangs for dear life from the faces of Mount Rushmore. Savor one of Hollywood's most enjoyable thrillers from the master of suspense. It's no secret, I love the cinema of Alfred Hitchcock. He's one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. And there's a reason all these years later we're still going back and rewatching his films. Some of the best Hitchcock movies are the ones about the wrongfully accused on the run. North by Northwest may be the absolute best example of that. This film, of course, stars the great Cary Grant as an advertising man who finds himself on the run when a mysterious group of evildoers frames him for murder at the United Nations. Before long, he's got to lay low, and he crosses paths with a mysterious, beautiful young blonde woman portrayed by Ava Marie Saint. Interesting trivia, Ava Marie Saint, as of the time of this video, is still alive. She just turned 100 years old. That's pretty remarkable right there. And of course, the mastermind of the villains trying to put an end to our heroes, portrayed by the great James Mason. There's even an early appearance in the film from actor Martin Landau portraying one of the villain's henchmen. And there's a great who's who of supporting cast as well, including the likes of Ed Binns and Olin Soule. And there's even a lot of great uncredited parts here as well. And of course, you have Jessie Royce Landis appearing as Grant's mother in the film, and she's a great foil to everything that Grant is. Of course, not believing his ridiculous stories, which, of course, are true due to him being framed by the villains. Landis previously appeared with Grant in To Catch a Thief, which I've also reviewed on this channel, although in that movie she played the mother of the love interest. The set pieces here are certainly great. I mean, the infamous Mount Rushmore scene at the end of the movie is one of cinema's all-time greats, showing Hitchcock putting all of his movie-making mettle to the test, using a lot of tricks because he couldn't film at the actual monument. And then you have things like the crop duster sequence, the train sequence. You have a driving sequence early in the film that's very suspenseful and certainly sets the tone well for what's to come. Again, Alfred Hitchcock always knew what he was doing. North by Northwest is a masterstroke from one of cinema's all-time great men behind the camera. And of course, the other men behind the camera include the likes of score composer Bernard Herrmann. This movie would not be the same without the musical score that he made. So how does North by Northwest look for its 4K release? We did get a pretty good-looking Blu-ray back in the early days of that format, although that transfer is certainly a bit dated now. I'm really happy to say that this 4K release looks absolutely beautiful. The Hitchcock classic has absolutely been done justice here. There's bright, bold, beautiful colors. You get a lot of darker scenes and that added push from the HDR with the black levels and the shadow detail certainly makes a difference. I mean, whenever there's the color red on screen, it just pops off the screen, like when you see those taxi cabs. Pretty much everywhere you go in this film is full of color, shadow, detail. And there's a lot of great lighter scenes and darker scenes, so it really gets to test that extra color gamut that you get from 4K. Beautiful looking transfer. Understandably, there are some painfully obvious rear projection scenes, and a few of the effect shots and transitions look a little rough, but that's just par for the course and the nature of how the movie was filmed. absolute highest marks for this transfer from Warner Brothers. We do get a lot of older featurettes on this disc. I don't know if it's every single featurette from older releases, but we do get one new featurette that runs about 20 minutes, talking about the history of the film and its impact, as well as some of the people that worked with Hitchcock over the years. This is a top-notch release all around. North by Northwest is one of my favorite Hitchcock movies. Hell, it's one of my favorite movies of all time, period. And this 4K release comes very highly recommended. How about you? Are you an Alfred Hitchcock fan? Where would you rank North by Northwest in his catalog? What did you think of this 4K transfer? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. We're always posting new videos. And make sure you give us a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.